sounds.
There's only one sound that matters, and that is Elmo.
The screeching of Elmo.
Absolutely. Elmo, tell me more about Rocco.
So tired of fucking Rocco.
So is Elmo.
God, I'm glad I'm out of that phase.
It's all over TikTok right now, so even if you're not in that phase.
Oh yeah, no, for some reason Elmo is all over TikTok. And I'm so confused by it.
It's because like people are realizing that they relate to Elmo more than they previously believed. Alright, what are we gonna watch? Alright, I'll play Hamster for you. I crave blood. Hamster Escape's awesome underwater Minecraft.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, there you go.
Oh, this is not
Okay.
Did you kill it with battery removal?
Sean, is the
What'd you
big
kill?
gauntlet on his right hand or his left hand?
He's right-handed like I am. It's like a Thanos gauntlet.
That's what I was just about to
Except
say.
maybe silver? I don't know. Use your best judgment.
I'm picturing more
You
like
guys
a detachable version of Hellboy's hand.
I had not pictured that yet. I kind of like it though.
It's
Hellboy
easier to
1 or
draw.
2, and not the shitty remake.
I never saw the remake.
It was
I
alright.
refuse to.
I watched it. I heard so many people like dragging it, like saying it's terrible. It wasn't that bad. It's alright.
I haven't
Do not
watched
make
it
that
yet.
noise.
I have it though. I just haven't watched it.
Finished watching The Mandalorian finally last week.
Wow, that's behind.
Yeah. Just in time to
Like
binge
a
watch
whole
Boba
other
Fett.
Star Wars. I was about to say.
I need to
Isn't
watch.
there like a
Need to watch the latest Boba Fett because I hear it's actually pretty decent.
Apparently it's just Mandalorian season 3.
Well, the
Yeah.
first 3 episodes weren't that great, honestly.
I liked them. I thought they were awesome.
They were cool. I liked everything except for the punk Power Rangers on the scooters.
I love those guys.
Oh my god, I hate so much. The
Those guys
slow
were
speed
awesome.
chase throughout Mos Vespa.
Those guys were awesome.
Have you watched Hawkeye yet?
Did
Yeah. Yeah.
D, I'm calling you out.
No, I have not at all.
It's so good and it's not Christmas anymore.
Well,
It
you know
really is
what?
good.
I am going out of town for the next 4 days, and I will have a hotel room and no child, and responsibilities other than going to class. It gets out at 3, so maybe I'll start watching.
You should, it's hilarious.
I'll see
if you want to watch something hilarious, that's a
Good.
superhero.
Say what, Jeff?
Oh, I think I was talking over somebody.
No, no.
Oh, I was gonna say if you want to watch something hilarious and superhero oriented, watch Peacemaker.
It's on my list.
It's so
We're-
funny.
We're caught up on that, and that's a great show.
You should just watch Invincible. It's totally hilarious and doesn't give me any feelings about my own father.
I'm gonna be that guy. I've read a lot of Invincible comics. I cannot wait for all the deaths.
Invincible
I
is
put-
the. I think I watched that. That's what's his name plays his dad.
It's
Yes,
Oh, it's,
that's a good one.
Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes, I
Mhm.
watched. I
I
watched that.
can't.
movie.
I can't
That was
remember
good.
the actor's name.
That was really good. I should know his name. It starts with
John
J-
Simmons.
Jonah Jameson.
D. Simmons.
J-
Yeah. Right?
Meats. Christmas meats.
Just call him
Get
JJ.
out of here.
J. Jonah Jameson.
I don't know.
JJJ. J. Jonah Jameson. JJJJ.
I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but
I just call him Jonah Jameson because that's really all I can think of when I hear him saying the Christmas meats line from Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. That's all I ever think of when I see his face.
Simmons. And I can only hear him as the yellow M&M.
You know that was a thing.
I just finished Super Villains. You seen that?
That's baby Tim.
I think that's what it was called.
Mm-mm.
I'm really bad with names. It was on Netflix.
Me too.
Super Crooks. That's what it was.
Oh, the anime.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not seen that.
I
First season is on
Wait,
Netflix.
who
It's
watched
really
it?
good.
So it's on Netflix. I'm looking for something to binge that's animated currently.
I really
So you
enjoyed
won't
it.
step
It's
aside?
kind of an homage to anime because it's done by an American guy and I think an anime or a
Prisoner
manga
number
writer.
00383.
I've
That
been
major
tempted.
guy, like, real big and thick. I can fit. His picture.
I need more JoJo
I
in
can
my life.
understand.
Yeah, it's Mark Millar. Mark Millar and artist is Neil Francis Yu. I'm not as familiar with him as I am Mark Millar. Wildstorm.
Everybody knows him.
Started with Wildstorm. Apparently he
Alright.
did Wolverine.
You guys- You guys ready to get the show on the road, or
Let's do it.
I see Scott in chat. I don't see Scott in video.
where are you, Scott?
Got it.
Maybe he's just pranking us.
His audio's busted. He's like, why aren't they talking? That's the weirdest little like
I'm not gonna lie.
swirly sound.
Yeah, what is that sound?
Oh, the thing. That's
Yeah.
just Rudy Prayer.
Oh, it's okay. I like the background effects.
Those are sword slashes.
That's exactly what it is. There he is. While we wait for Scott, I'm not gonna lie, you found my Achilles tendon with Achilles heel with video games with Minecraft. I can never resist when somebody's like, I'm in a Minecraft server. It's like,
I know where my time's going.
It was requested, and I delivered, and I have no time to play it.
don't worry,
Yeah,
I'll play
I
it
threw
for
mine
you.
up there because I was transferring it to Java so I could do the VR.
That sounds fun.
I like your. Can you do that? They have a VR version now.
Yeah, it's called Vivecraft. It runs off of Steam UI or Steam
That's
VR.
wild.
It's really cool.
I mean, it's Minecraft. Is it like you're in the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're the person, and when you have the sword in your hand, you can swing it, and it'll start, killing folks. If you take the pickaxe to some rock, you can knock the rock away. It's like you're actually there.
And if
can
you die
walk
in the game,
around
you die in
the
real life.
environment. Like if you drew out a big floor plan, if you had a big wide floor plan, you could actually walk around your floor and it would walk in Minecraft.
It's pretty cool.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead. So the party had met back up in front of the town hall. Gwynria and Nordak had divined that Balcom, Taylor, and Leaf. I read your name. Balcom, Leaf, and Gimdar.
I'm in the game.
Leaf Taylor had gone to the town hall after the tavern brawl, and we had last left them standing outside trying to figure out what to do.
Someone else was also walking up.
Well, I think we had agreed that they probably would have gone to the mayor.
Yeah. And so we were heading towards the mayor.
And we met up right outside the mayor's place of business.
Town hall.
And we can't go in. She's
Just
done.
come
She's
fuck
useless to us, and she's part of the problem, and she cannot be trusted. We need to leave. She denies everything. But there are more of us now, so we could just go in there and kill her. There's no justice to be had that way.
We're
Yeah.
back.
I don't think that's going to solve the overall problem that this town is experiencing.
Is there anybody honest in this town?
Doesn't feel like it so far.
No.
Our dwarf friends.
Our dwarf friends that we just
Yeah.
ran out of town.
That's true.
So, no, not in this town. They're out of town now.
I still hold by my original statement that we should take over the town, like get rid of everybody, and just make it a dog sanctuary.
Okay, so here's what you're saying.
right,
Execute every single person in this city and profit,
Yes. And dogs.
and your
Mostly
and your
dogs.
lawful good.
Mostly dogs. I'm just trying to take
Your
down
lawful
dogs.
dog.
Yes.
All right, there, Dr. Doolittle. I'm looking out for the rest of us. We can't just leave dogs. As noble a cause as that might be.
Are you not talking for the guy?
There are dwarven
True.
people in this town who need our help. And as long as Mrs. Voldemort is in charge, we have problems. So, do y'all have that prisoner with you?
Yeah, we're dragging him by a rope.
Is he
Yeah.
unconscious?
I hope so.
We
Who's your friend?
we bound and gagged him.
Yeah.
It's
Roll a
Suffolk.
perception check.
Oh, what?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, Jesus.
All of us?
Whoever's looking over at him.
Well, I'm dragging him, so
Perception. Let's see. Can I do good? 11.
I
Norman's
rolled a
not really
10.
paying attention.
No, my base is a 10. So
Yeah. Mine is, I think, 15. So.
He would appear to be unconscious.
That's
So this
Nice
is
way to put
this is
that.
the guy murdering people.
we saw him murder 2 people.
Yeah. And afraid of some ice. Oh, he's stabbing people with ice blades.
So you saw him kill 2 people.
Yes.
Yeah, he
You saw
prayed to
him
Oral and killed them.
specifically,
Yes.
and they went, "Oh, I'm dead because this guy stabbed me."
Well,
I heard him
kinda
praying
hard.
through a wall.
They
I
were
heard him
dying.
praying through a wall.
As long as you're
To Oral.
absolutely certain that he killed these people, I think
I am without a shadow of a doubt that he killed it, because as soon as we bound and gagged him, the weapons that were found inside of the people after being dead dissipated. So I think we have our culprit.
Is there any reason we should keep him alive?
information from him yet.
I guess we haven't pumped him for information yet. We gagged him because, you know, he's a spellcaster.
Damn wizards.
I think this is a bit more than just wizardry. He seems to have a way of controlling ice in a very
Yeah, that's what it
disturbing
sounds
way.
like. Well, remember what he said, that he prayed to Oral for this sacrifice before he killed them. So I think he's in league with Oral. I think we have our first kind of breadcrumb trail to the greater mystery afoot.
He also tried to stab me with an ice blade that disappeared. So, you know, another clue.
He actually did stab you.
Oh yeah, he did stab me with an ice blade.
He
There's
gestured to the
sharper
giant, like, gaping wound in the side. Like, yeah, man, he stabbed me right here.
Somebody fix her, please.
Do anybody have a cure spell? I think we have a spare potion she could take.
I have some rags. Some dirty rags we could wrap it in.
I've got meth. I could just take more meth.
We're all back together.
Oh, I've got so much meth. Yeah, we're together now.
Just rub it in the wound.
Yes, we're all back together. So maybe our cleric would actually like to do
Yeah,
this instead
yeah.
of shoving meth
I'm
in the
standing
wounds.
there. Why don't I do my job? What seems to be this woman's
Falcon
problem?
just
This woman.
This woman's problem
I mean,
is she has a gaping hole in her side.
Dear Lord, what's happened down there?
this total stranger who would never met.
I always knew women were ice hurted, but now I have the evidence.
All right, I'll cure wounds. Or, yeah, they're just knocked out, right, and hurt.
No, Dee has a hole in her side.
Well,
He
I'll
stabbed
put
me
my-
with an ice blade, but yeah, it's just, like, non-magical damage.
It's a cold and bloody wound.
Thankfully, your bracelets help with that.
Hypothermia is going to set in soon. We might as well just write off Winria. She's going to die before you figure out how to cast this spell.
Your grin. That's what's funny. That's a good one.
Yes. I had honestly forgotten that I was hurt. I got too caught up in the moment, but now I feel much better.
That's
The
fantastic.
meat sizzles close.
We can bring him to that lady's name who I don't remember his camp.
Hello.
Yeah.
You could take him there.
Or we could use
Or
one
you
of the
could
many
kick the door
hanging.
now that the party's together.
Yeah, let's try and avoid
Split
breaking
up.
up again.
I'm not saying we should split the party, but now that you mention it, I think we should split the party.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no.
It's nighttime, right? Is it nighttime?
hours.
Yes.
still afternoon.
It was dusk. It was well, so it was nighttime when you guys were Tail and Suffolk, so we're probably getting into middle of the night, early morning.
This lady works around the clock and has 5 guards on duty at all times.
She is always awake.
Is that canon? Does she not need to sleep?
She doesn't need to sleep.
Oh God, she's a lich or something.
She's a vampire.
Uh-oh.
We're back in Dee's one shot. She's a vampire.
Have we ever seen her outside of her house?
Nope, she's always inside of the town hall.
I think she's a vampire. If she's never leaves and she never sleeps, let's climb on the roof and open up a
Let's drag her
window.
outside if the sun's out. Yeah.
Probably destruction of public property is a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd say just drag her
We'll
out the
just
front
look.
door.
She has 5 guards protecting her.
Do like a John Carpenter's Vampires, where you like chain her up with like a winch and just tow her right out of the front door.
Just walk right in and fling the curtains off the windows, and then they're boarded up. We shouldn't jump to the conclusion that she's a vampire.
No.
She could be a vampire though. There's no proof. There's nothing to disprove.
There's nothing proof that she's
Jeff,
not a vampire.
when the DM starts saying that, it makes me nervous.
Just
She
carry
could
some garlic with
potentially
you.
be a vampire or some other kind of undead. It's possible. You wouldn't have any way of knowing certainly one way or the other.
Okay. In addition to that, there's no way to prove that I'm not a werewolf.
I feel like
That's
I'm
true.
the closer to that because I can actually turn into animals at least.
So you could tell if I'm a werewolf or not?
No, I'm saying that if anyone was going to be.
I'd like to know one way or another if I am.
I mean, right now I can only turn into like mice and shit, but.
Someday.
Being a druid, you could transform into an animal with heightened sense of smell and give Gimdar a good sniff and see if he's a werewolf. You would know.
Would you, like,
I don't actually think that he's a werewolf though, so
would you like to waste a spell slot to make sure?
I would rather not.
Alex thought that was funny.
With that in mind, would you like to waste a spell slot to turn into a small creature of high smells and go investigate our mayor for deathly vampire smells? Do you know what a vampire smells like?
Okay,
Pretty crusty.
why do we think that she's a vampire? And also, shouldn't the cleric maybe be doing it?
I'm sorry, what are you
The
asking?
cleric is the least sneaky person other than me.
But he could do. Don't clerics have like sense undead or something?
Okay, but do we actually think that she's a vampire, or are you just like?
Actually, I just think she's a mean bitch.
Okay, that's kind of where I'm.
And if she's that way because she's a vampire, then I'd like to know.
She's not a vampire.
I can turn.
It was a
undead.
joke, it was a joke until Jeff started saying, "You know, it might be."
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It makes me nervous when the DM says it.
I'm not trying to guide the party. I'm just saying. You
You're
wouldn't-
shit.
You think we should definitely be concerned about vampires.
I can turn undead or provide protection from evil and good, but
You can't tell if things are.
I can't tell if things are evil.
That's a paladin thing. That's right. Although it seems like clerics should have an innate sense, I feel like that should just be like a passive. Like you could, as a cleric, you can sense undead.
Well, Balcom, it sounds like the DM just says you can sense undead.
All right, do I sense any undead right now?
Yes, you do.
I sense undead, guys.
In what direction?
If you say all around us, I will not be happy.
The foul sense of undead is assailing your senses.
You sense dead people.
I see dead people.
Oh no.
They're everywhere.
Is it in that direction? And why didn't you sense this while we were in there talking to her?
Well, because I didn't know I had that ability, okay? It just awokened in me 5 seconds ago.
Oh, you're gaining new powers? Did you level up without us noticing?
I don't know. Maybe I inhaled some gases or something on
Oh,
the way,
no.
Too
it's
much
the-
Oral's bite.
It's the mouth.
It's the oral spite. That's it.
It grants undead sensing powers, or it makes you think that.
It might
All
just
I'm
make you
saying
really
is that's
cold
a-
and you're mistaking it.
I'm just telling you, I sense undead.
And there is it from there? And I point at the building.
Yes.
Well, this is a surprising discovery that is taking things.
Actually, I
drastically
don't
different.
really know where it's from, to be honest with you.
Hold on. It's not him, is it? And I point at Sefik.
I don't know. Get over here.
He's tied up and gagged and
Do I,
unconscious.
do I sense dead?
Does he? Does he?
Roll a perception. Just roll a perception.
I don't need a perception check. I put a blade to his wrist,
No,
and I'm trying to
Balcom.
find blood. So I nick him.
Malcolm,
Wait, what?
roll a perception check, Malcolm.
Hey.
Uh,
Whatever
catch
I'm
the-
about to
the-
say,
the-
I'm
the-
pretty confident in.
You catch the faint scent of death upon Sefik.
He has murdered people.
Recently.
Well, either he's been rolling around in them too, or he is dead.
Okay, hold on. Well, I'm gonna nick him on his arm or something and see if he bleeds. Dead people don't bleed.
Maybe we could find a pulse. I'm gonna
That's a good idea.
use.
Let's just cut him.
I'm gonna see if I can find a pulse on him.
We could just cut him.
No.
Everything has to be violence,
Come on.
Gindar.
Well,
Don't
no,
you know
like
the saying?
I don't know why we need to roll checks to find out if he'll bleed. What we could
If
just
you
cut him.
pricketh him, doth he
Are
not
you-
breathe?
Are you checking for a pulse, D?
I am checking for pulse.
There is no pulse.
Oh no, he's dead.
Is he? Wait. Is he dead or is he
Unless you grab
undead?
his wrist.
I don't know. I kick him.
Well, try again. Maybe you just couldn't. Maybe you had your fingers in the wrong place.
I'm just gonna kick him in the ribs and see what happens.
He grunts and his eyes pop open.
Okay, he's undead, guys. He's a vampire.
No, undead and vampire is different.
Okay, but
He
Okay, he's a
definitely-
vampire.
Don't be
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, it could just be a zombie.
Hey, Sefik, are you a zombie? And he's gagged. I want to hear him respond.
Oh,
Nod-
that's what
sounds good.
zombies sound like.
Yeah, it is. Why don't you nod or shake your head instead of talking?
He shakes his head no.
Are you a vampire?
No. Shakes his head.
We're gonna wait till sunlight.
He looks at you like and just kind of shrugs. He's like, okay.
And you're undead.
He through the gag he says you can make out that he's saying maybe if you ungag me I could talk.
Nah. I don't want you to talk. I want you to nod your head or shake your head. Because I cannot trust you to talk, sorcerer.
He shakes his head no.
Why should... should we kill you? Are you gonna be a problem?
eventually.
He shakes his head no.
How can we... I don't know how we can trust him. He's a serial killer.
Yeah, we're not gonna trust him.
I don't know why
just
we
tied
should...
up.
Probably not.
I don't know why we should keep an obviously evil, undead serial killer alive
Well, you
for
know
any
what?
reason.
We didn't want to make this decision by ourselves, so we brought him here.
I don't want to watch things. I don't pay attention.
I have no moral quandary with executing an undead, evil serial killer right now. This is obviously a good thing to do.
He's got a partner though, so we might want to try and do something for him first.
Ah, jeez. You mean we should interrogate him before we kill him?
Yes.
And we should say those words right in front of his face.
Yeah, no. We should.
It's a little late for that now.
Shut your big mouth.
He's right here.
We should take 5 steps away.
We've been talking the whole time in character. Nothing to be done about it. Oh well.
You're squabbling about it right in front of the town hall.
It's gonna be light soon. So we need to go to our elf or our dwarf friend's camp. We need to leave. We need to go. We need to make movement away from this place. It's not safe, and she cannot be trusted.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's what's happening.
That's
So,
what's happening.
All right. Well, then let me.
Don't feel obligated to create a battle map for every random situation that we create.
Oh, it's too late.
You've already got one?
I do. No, hold on. I've got to make it. Give me 20 minutes.
All right,
Give me 30 minutes. I'll be right back.
that's enough for a Halo game, guys.
No, I did make one actually. Ta-da!
This looks like a bridge.
Nah, it's just a road.
Looks like a
got the,
random encounter.
Why is there guards on the road?
Why would there be guards on the road after you busted in and basically accused the speaker of the town of distributing drugs to the citizens? Can you imagine why?
Well, it's not like she's had time to send guards out to get us yet.
I mean, there's definitely a back door to that place.
She's got Rocky Talkies.
She dispatched a hawk, a sparrow.
We need to get our sniper on those damn birds. Just shoot them out of the sky whenever you see any birds.
Kill all birds. So as you make your way to Hillen's camp, which is north, the town hall is towards the center of the town, but it's along one of the straight and basically large roads that leads to the north gate. So it's a straight shot from the north gate to the town hall. As you are walking to the north gate, where Hillen's camp is, you're approached by 3 guards. Who walk up and say, "Halt!"
We've got places to be. We're not halting. I say that to his face.
He looks slightly taken aback. He says, well, that's all fine and good, but you're going to halt anyway.
Nope, not gonna halt.
The other 2 step forward.
Why do you have to be so aggressive every time we come across somebody? Just stop for a
They're
second.
getting in our way for no reason.
Maybe he just
This
wants
is
to tell us about a
clear-
barbecue.
This is
special
clear
down the
racism against
road.
dwarves.
How is this racist?
Stop, dwarves.
Okay, now.
Anybody else. Now it's racist.
I would like to roll insight to see if there is any hatred in his voice.
This is a hate crime. Roll an insight.
Roll for racism.
Absolutely is.
You can't tell one way or the other. He just sounds like he is a person of authority telling you to stop. Halt.
As
Also roll an
a
insight to see if it's a hate crime or not.
don't need to. As a noble of the Glownheart family or Glownheart clan, I don't need to stop. I've got diplomatic immunity. Get out of the way.
Never
Diplomatic
mind.
immunity.
Never mind, my friend. How can we help you?
You could put it on our tab also.
Are we going the diplomatic community route, or are we? How can I help
Always
you, friend?
Stepping in front and saying, "Never mind, my friend. How can we help you?"
This guard steps forward and says, "You're gonna need to come with us."
I take a step back and let Sean stand, or let Gimdar stand in front of me again.
And I say, no, we do not. What accusations do you lay before us?
No accusations. The speaker has summoned you back to the town hall.
We literally
Ready to
just.
escort-
I'm
left
not.
there.
I'm not interested in talking to a drug peddler.
And dwarf, or I mean, vampire.
Drug peddling vampire.
And or dwarf vampire.
You know she's a vampire, right? I say that to the guards.
And deals drugs.
True.
One of these is definitely true.
Hurt, she kicks dogs.
Bitch.
She kicks dogs. The
I heard she steals lollipops from kids.
the guard looks perturbed. He says, "Do not slander the good name of our speaker."
Have you seen her outside
Good
ever?
name. There is no good name.
Roll an intimidation check.
I'm curious.
Someone.
I'm actually. Well, I will roll that intimidation check, but I also want him to answer if he's ever seen her outside ever.
Okay. The three guards looking at the party. They're doing an optical pat down. They decide, as they're looking at you, they say, "Well, if you won't come with us willingly, I guess I'll report back to the speaker that you will come at a later date, right? As soon as you're available, correct?"
We'll
Or-
come see her when we're ready to see her.
They step out of your way. They say, "Yes, at your convenience.
At-
Please return to the speaker."
Thank you. Again, have you seen her outside ever? In the sun, as it is?
He says, "No, but I'm not really sure why that would be of any relevance."
Did you not catch the part where I called her a drug peddling vampire?
it would be a very much relevance to his statement.
Onward, men. Let's leave these thralls to their business.
Befuddled,
Men?
Onward, dwarves
befuddled guard.
and puppies.
Well, no, I guess
And
I'm-
Sefik.
They're all arguing. They're all arguing
Dog.
amongst themselves now. It's like, I've seen her outside. No, I don't think. Actually, I don't think I've ever. Oh yeah, I saw her. I bumped into her one time at the marketplace, and they're squabbling as you guys walk along.
Excellent. We are sowing dissent.
Well, once we're out of earshot, I turn to the party and say, "It's a good thing they didn't question the tied-up, gagged guy that we were dragging behind us."
I know. I was totally expecting that to happen.
This is normal.
Fine. You know what? That's a good
That's
point.
pretty.
Let me roll a perception check to see if they even notice.
If they didn't, then they're absolutely retarded.
Easily distracted.
As you go to walk away, as you walk past them, dragging Sepik behind you,
He waves at them.
this one turns and says, "Hey, wait a minute. What are you guys doing?"
You've already sent us on our way, officer.
I turn,
No,
I
wait a
turn
minute.
around and I say, "He's our party gimp."
Oh my god.
He says, "What?"
Party gimp. Don't you know what that is?
They look at each other and they say, "No."
Well, it's probably a good thing you don't. Well, we'll be on our way now.
They're looking at each other like, "Party gimp." And then they start squabbling again about what a gimp actually, what part a gimp would have in an adventuring party. As you
Entertainment.
continue along,
Bait.
all right. So you've managed to not get attacked by the guards through a very successful intimidation check. And then, even though they saw the bound man that you were dragging behind them, they're just not the sharpest tools in the shed.
They're as smart as a wet bag of hammers.
Yeah, they're not too bright. They're like, Party Gimp? Never heard of that. That's a new one for me.
Were
What
they-
would a Gimp even do?
Were they all humans?
Yeah, they were all humans.
Okay. We're just reinforcing a human stereotype that Gimdar has.
That's all racist.
Yeah, they're all stupid. They're dumb.
Stupid humans.
The party's laughing at them as you walk. It's just-
Oh.
the Party Gimp.
Can't believe they bought it.
Is Sefik laughing too?
He's still
That's
bound
fine.
and gagged.
He finds the humor in the situation. You hear him chuckle through his
Yeah.
gag. He's got a good.
We're gonna kill you just a little more quickly now.
Don't worry, it'll be
I
fast and
like
painless.
you.
He rolls his eyes when you say that.
Now I'm intrigued on keeping him as a party gift.
He's a serial killer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It'll be like Demon Slayer. You just
Remember
got
how
like
he
a-
stabbed
like a
you?
box.
Yeah, but that's not the first time I've been stabbed.
It's hard when you all share a moment. You know, it changes things a little.
Are we gonna befriend
True.
every bad guy we meet and convert them to the good?
Considering
It's
the last
turning them-
campaign, you killed everybody you came across.
Well,
Maybe
if
this
we
is
could,
a change of pace.
yeah, if we could genuinely turn them and make them good, that I would argue that would be a better result. But I don't
Also-
think we can.
Is turning them into our gimps really? I feel like it's
Is that
more
a desirable fate?
Maybe not for the Gimp.
If he's undead, he doesn't need any of his body, right? We can just carry his head around in a jar.
I don't know, actually.
Up on our hip like God of War.
This is what Gimdar thinks of the undead. It could be incorrect.
Well, the scent of undeath that Balcom smelled was definitely coming from Sefik. And again, I'm not making that canon that you could sense undead. I'm just saying being a cleric and like paladins can just like magic sense, oh, I know there's an undead over there. I feel like being a cleric, you would know if you were dragging like an undead creature around behind you. Just saying.
It makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
Like, if you're walking in a graveyard and there's a skeleton, like you're standing on top of a grave and there's a live zombie underneath, it's not like you're gonna be like, yep, everything seems good here. Like, you would know the zombie was underneath you. You would just kind of know.
There's a disturbance in the force kind of moment.
Exactly. Especially if it's right on top of you. Alright, so y'all make your way through the north gate. The guards up here obviously have not been told that you are wanted by the speaker as they let you pass freely. And you make your way a little bit out of the gates. And you know what? Who is our tracker? Is that Gwynria? Roll a survival.
I think Tracker is generous after that last tracking.
Hey, I'm second level. I'm like a baby druid.
Baby druid.
You can track squirrels that are half dead and dragging blood on the ground.
16.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, you pick up the trail pretty easily, and after a short trek away, you come to a small camp nestled in the little alcove up here, where you find Hillen and company, Corunna, Storm, Korux, and Scrampsax, all standing around by a recently lit fire.
Are there skeletons?
There are skeletons.
Why are there skeletons?
Verona turns to the party. She says, actually, Verona turns towards the party and she says, "Hail, well met. We had passed this encampment a while back, or the remains of one anyway, and we figured this would be a safe place to hole up while we waited for you to come find us."
Excellent. We have another inmate for you.
So this is the remnants of a camp that was already here. A couple skeletons laying around. Guess they didn't make it.
I think the older dwarf adventurer would recognize this guy immediately.
Absolutely. She walks forward and says, "Ah, you caught him. Did you manage to get proof?"
Well, there's a house of dead people, but he was also trying to kill us, so it's a little hard to get.
Also, our
Yeah.
cleric says he is undead.
Well, until you said that, she seemed pleased. She clapped. When Dee said what she said, she clapped her hands together. She said, "I knew it." And then she looks at you and she says, "Oh. Undead, you say? Well, I guess that would make sense." She gets a
Why?
little closer to inspect him. I thought it seemed very odd that he did not seem to be affected by the cold. I've heard tales of people that were born in midwinter having a bit of resistance, but his complete immunity to the cold always has struck me as odd since I started following him. If he were undead, that would make perfect sense.
That does make
She's
sense.
a veteran, I'm sure she's encountered the undead before. She's not a green hand. We'll bring him over here.
Yep, toss him on the fire. Barbie him up.
Yep, throw him on.
You're next, Scrumdiddlyumptious. So we antagonized the speaker a little bit, and she sent her goons after us. There's definitely... She's aware that we're aware that she is what she is.
Helen looks a little, she looks surprised. She says, what is she? What have you discovered?
She's guilty. She's a drug dealer. She's peddling this drug all over town. We got that much from Scrumsinks.
What drug, she says.
Pull out a little
I don't think
baggie of Oral's bite that has not been used and shake it.
You know what drug?
For the whole time, and you weren't offered Oral's bite?
No, Helen hadn't been in town for very long.
We were offered it the minute we walked in.
That's true.
She looks back at Scramsack. She says, "What's the meaning of this, Scramsacks?" Scramsacks looks at her and says, "Look, I know about as much as you do. I know that the speaker... Listen. The speaker has been giving me the drugs. She's been paying me well to push it. I don't ask questions. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.
I'm sure you do.
She's the speaker of the town. Why would I not trust her?
Doesn't it seem
I thought
suspicious?
I thought it was a public outreach program. I thought she was trying
What
to help
kind of
people.
public outreach program has you peddle drugs to every single person you meet? Please tell me this, Scrumdinkus.
It's part of the happiness campaign.
Their happiness campaign.
It's to boost morale, you know?
Boost morale. This is a drug.
Have you used this stuff?
I have never tried it.
Oh, well, let's fix that real quick so you can tell us all about how it's part of the happiness campaign.
He says, no, I'd rather not.
Oh, so you're not interested in happiness?
Roll an intimidation check.
I'm good at those.
He folds like an amateur poker player. He says, no, wait. All right. Look. She didn't give me a choice. She told me either profit and push these drugs or die. Those are my two options. It's a pretty simple choice if you ask me. What choice did I have? So look, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, but you know, if people are going to use illicit drugs, it's not nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, there is. You could stop handing them out like candy. This isn't
Yeah.
trick or treat with
And,
meth.
and did you see the guards? Did you see the guards hanging out? Just all over my tavern. Did you see them? What am I gonna do? Just stop? I'm just gonna flee out into the icy death wilderness out there.
People are
I
literally
get
killing
it.
themselves because of these drugs. You know that, right?
My conscience weighs heavy with the knowledge. He says sarcastically.
Is
But
okay.
again,
Before we go any further, I need a optical countdown of the area around us, because this kind of looks like a cliff over here on the top, and I want to know if it is.
People could throw stones
it's
at
kind of like a sheer ledge, I guess.
So I could hang him off by his ankle and say "swear to me" or something to that effect, and he probably
I mean, you
wouldn't
could,
enjoy
thrust
it.
his head you could thrust his head over the fire. Alternatively, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to climb up there and do an athletics check and try to drag him.
Nah, that doesn't sound fun.
You could do that.
That sounds like a lot of effort.
Of course.
I'm gonna look. I want to look at the party, and I want to say, what the problem with interrogating people is sometimes they'll just start telling you what you want to hear to get out of their problems.
That's true.
So why don't we just execute him?
What would that prove? How that would dead end. That would.
He's obvious. We can't trust anything he says. He's obviously a drug dealer doing evil things for an evil person.
Wait, Scrumdiddlyumptious, is that who we're killing right now?
I'm saying this out loud. I have no intention of killing him, by the way.
Yeah, the other dwarves at the fire are all kind of looking at you with their eyebrows raised,
I'm
He's-
all the way
he's
out
got-
here just to kill him.
he's sweating a little bit. He's like, wait a minute now. Wait, hey, listen, wait.
It's like, you wait. There's nothing you can say that we can trust. And we've exposed ourselves to her already. I don't know what we gained from you being alive. Mamma mia,
Let's not be
indeed.
hasty now. Let's not be hasty now. I could help you.
You've done a bang-up job of that so far.
Well, all right. I know for a fact that the sheriff is not in on her schemes.
Yeah, we gathered that much too, Sherlock.
Well,
You are full of nothing, aren't you?
all right. How about that cloaked fellow? I know a little bit about him.
All about Voldemort? We know you know a little bit about him.
Do tell.
I don't know a lot, but I do know that he must be some kind of druid of some sort.
What do you mean he must be?
Well, I've seen him casting spells on some of the patrons, the ones who were not quite as willing to take the Oral's bite.
You know this man. What is his name?
I actually don't know his name. I'm sorry.
You should be
He
sorry.
just He brings me the bags of Thorol's bite. And
He's a
occasionally he
druid.
I'm assuming I've seen the spells that he's cast. They obviously seem to be charm spells. Been around the block. I know a charm spell when I see one. There have been a number of people that have come up that have flat out refused to take take the Oral's bite, and then he walks over, taps them on the arm, and suddenly they're much more receptive.
Oh no, it's a centipede!
I have to beat it. Do that.
And this is only just in my inn as well. This is one small part of the city. I know that her plot is all across the town.
Let's talk about that then. Where else is she plotting?
Never mind.
Every major inn and tavern, as far as I'm aware.
Excellent.
You're disposable.
See? I can be helpful.
You just made yourself disposable. Now every innkeep in town can give us exactly what you've given us.
Possibly more, because like they have tried to kill us.
Look, you backed him into a corner. He's not. What is he gonna say? He's gonna keep you from killing him.
I walk up and put my hand on him and go, "Don't worry, I'm a pretty good cleric. If these guys kill you, more than likely I can bring you back."
I'm gonna interject.
He
Well,
never
remember
said
that
that.
last time?
Oh, yeah. I don't like to think about last time.
What happened last time?
Oh no!
I want to know about last time.
How do
We
you
don't
feel
talk about last
about
time.
eating out of your behind?
Wait, that
He
Lindy.
throws up the wood in his mouth.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
I think this is a good chance to walk away and let him stew on that for a little bit and discuss what our actual plan is out of his and Cephic's direct line of volume.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
His toad is down now. When he attacked, he's got wet holes.
Probably a good idea.
So I guess we kind of walk away, and I think we should. There's a lot of inns in the city, but I think we should start picking off innkeepers that are drug dealers.
Pick him off. Why do you want to kill everything?
We haven't killed anybody.
Oh!
I didn't say that. I said you want to kill everything.
No, I don't want to kill everything. But if we take them off the board, then it's going to cause problems for the mayor. And that's what we want. We want to disrupt whatever she's doing, and the best way to do that is to get her product out of the town.
Well, I think we could probably, instead of taking out the M, we could use them to figure out where the distribution is coming from. It would be easier to take it out there.
That's fair.
We can pretend that we want to be new dealers.
She is not going to buy that anymore.
Well, she isn't.
That ship
but
is
maybe if
sailed.
What's talking about? I'm talking about when we go and talk to these other guys.
If she has half her wits about her, she's probably notified her network that we are a problem.
Don't worry, I bought these really long jackets and we can stand on each other's shoulders.
Oh, that's right. We're dwarves, so we're like half the height of people.
Oh, you're gonna do like the what is it, the three kobolds in a trench coat thing?
Mm-hmm.
Three dwarves in a trench coat.
If we do 4
Yeah.
dwarves, we might be considered a giant.
Yeah, probably.
It would be
Too
really
intimidating.
It's not a bad idea.
So instead of taking down her network, let's go directly to the supply line, but we do that by going to another inn and trying to catch Voldemort.
It's time we tell monster! It's
Or we could just ignore Voldemort and weasel our way into the favor of one of these guys, one of these in people, and see if we can't arrange to be there when they're meeting whoever's dropping off their stuff.
Well, we know it's Voldemort that drops off the
Tell
stuff.
them back. Is it only Voldemort?
It's only Voldemort for our friend here.
Well, the reason I ask is because he knows what we look like. That makes it a little harder.
It does. We would have to be clever. Maybe
I
set
don't
up
think
a...
any of us are particularly clever.
I'm...
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see what I am. Yep, I'm definitely clever. -1 int.
I've got a lot of
Clever
wisdom,
enough.
but that doesn't help here.
Here's my grand plan then. Here's Gemdar's plan of action. We stake out an inn, and we do so stealthily. And then when we see Voldemort come in, we jump him. But if we have to do it like in the middle of an open street, maybe we like jump him in an alley or something.
Okay. I mean,
You know, surprisingly, not the
it's
worst idea
certainly
he's
worth
had.
a shot.
I'm bound to have good ideas eventually. Takes a couple tries though.
I'm gonna go in back in a minute. When I stop these, what will you test?
Well, before you guys leave,
They will be the
do you want to take a rest by chance? Does anybody need to take a rest?
I'm okay.
I don't know that I've actually been in a fight recently.
It's been a while since we've had.
Oh, never mind. I'm at
combat,
5
so-
hit points. We need to take a rest.
Yeah, we should probably.
Don't know why I'm bleeding
Yeah,
out of
it's
my
been-
nose and I haven't noticed.
It's
I
been
like
a
how
minute.
you were concerned about me and my stab wound, and you.
I'm tough.
Let me
You can't see any of my
Yeah,
wounds
the
under the
arm-
armor.
Yeah, the arm's broken at the elbow, but he's just like limping along like it's cool. I'm alright. Just a flesh wound.
Mostly running on ale.
What's that shaking noise?
Okay. Well. So, a rest then? Do you
Yes,
want a rest
please.
Or a long rest, either or.
It's almost it's still like I don't know, the early or the late evening. Let's do a
Early
quick
morning.
dwarven nap until noon and then get back out on the street.
Sounds like a good idea.
So early.
Everybody's sleep schedules are probably messed up anyway because you guys drink all the time. So you just pass out whenever you're done.
What schedule?
Oh
Like there's no night and day in the mines. Right.
no!
You have awake and blacked out. Those are the two. That's it.
Yes. Those are default states.
In
That was
typical
before we
Tory
introduced
fashion.
crystal meth into the system.
Well, thankfully,
True.
everybody is. The crystal meth has worked its way out of everybody's system at this point. Nobody
Well,
was,
I never took it, so
Exactly.
Malcolm did.
If you'd like to change that, we have enough to go around for everyone.
no thanks.
It was a lot of fun, Nordak.
It really is.
I'm good.
Everyone should experience it once.
Nah.
It's all right. More for Balcom.
I'm gonna toss the bag that Cephit gave me to Balcom, and it's all yours.
I pocket it.
I think I smelled like 4 bags or something other.
You're now the party drug dealer.
As any cleric would be.
He's got all the herbs and spices
Especially them spices.
to make a party.
Extra spicy.
I'm gonna bump myself back up to full for the full rest.
Yes, everybody take a full rest. Dump up all your stuff. Reset all your spell slots. It's gonna take 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
5-minute break.
Need intermission music.
Is there a game tonight, D? Or are you just wearing the jersey?
I was wearing the jersey. It was perfect Jersey weather outside, so.
Yeah, we need to go to a game.
Speaking of games, did you hear about the Savannah Bananas?
No.
So it is like a Harlem Globetrotters-esque baseball team.
A Globetrotters baseball team.
Yeah, like they wear like stilts when they and stuff, and they do dances and they run through the stands.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be a fun game.
That sounds like fun.
I got set up to. There's like a waiting list for the tickets though. They don't
really?
start until February 3rd. Yeah, apparently
Wow.
they sell out like all of their games. So I'm gonna try and take the little man.
I have to talk to Laura Lee about that. Yeah, we want to go to the watch the soccer teams we have now, too.
We have a soccer team now.
Yeah, we have a men's and a women's indoor
That's
league.
cool.
Professional.
Are they owned by Ignite too?
I'm not sure what the details are on them as far as who owns them and whatnot.
You know, like the baseball team, it was a little rough for their first season, but I like how Ignite has been doing stuff. The team and actually getting people out to see. And
Yeah. No, we had a good time when I did my birthday there last year.
yeah, even if they thought we were in the specialty seats. Sometimes some very interesting work currently shared. That is something we definitely see strictly off.
All right. Sean is still gone.
I'm not gone. I've been here all along.
Good work. All right. So the party rests by the fire and patches up their wounds.
Drinks heavily.
Yeah, everybody has some delicious dwarven ale. I'm sure there's some squirreled away somewhere in one of these tents. Those skeletons look like dwarf skeletons, so, you know.
My backpack is actually a keg.
There you go. So everybody's recovered. Balcom says some healing prayers, and Winry casts some nature magic on everybody. Boom! All those wounds healed up. All of the non-braceleted figures all seem fairly uncomfortable in the cold, and they huddle close to the fire. Sephic lays in the snow and does not seem fazed at all by it.
He makes snow angels all night long.
He's wiggling.
We still have
Snow
them
worms.
bound.
I mean,
He's still tied up. Pretty good.
If he's undead, he doesn't need to eat or sleep or rest or anything.
We're just wiggling in the snow.
he's making snow worms. But yeah, totally unfazed by the snow and the extreme cold. And you guys fare better since you've got those bracelets. Thank God for those bracelets.
God.
There's all sorts of fucking crazy rules about ice and stuff in this book, like exposure rules. It's like I don't want to keep up with all this shit.
Instead, you just gave us bracelets.
I gave y'all some cheater bracelets.
They're great.
Fine by me.
Yep, not complaining.
Not to mention the cold attacks that some of the mobs have. That was just like that just seems way overpowered. I don't even understand why they would have that.
So are the bracelets something that's in the module, or just something you're like, you get these now?
No, that is an item I just gave that to y'all. Because for real, some of these rules are like, I'm reading it and I'm like, that seems very harsh. Some of the stat blocks on the monsters with the frost stuff, it's like, that seems way OP. And apparently, again, that is one of the most common complaints about this module that I've read, is that it's the balance on it is not great compared to other modules.
We
So-
read it and essentially went, nope, not doing that.
Yeah, I was like reading some of those frost damage stat blocks, and I was like, that's like a 4d8. And it says that it's a CR3. I'm like, a 48 is like a one-shot kill for
Yeah.
a level 2
Yep.
character. It's like, I need some way to make it not just instant death. So, y'all fare much better throughout the night compared to the rest of the party. They're all shivering like, man, why aren't you guys cold?
It's good, son.
We're dwarves.
They're all
We're dwarves
dwarves.
too.
We're real dwarves.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
Shots
Like,
five.
I'll listen to him, he's drunk.
Dylan's like, damn. Scrimsack says, damn.
Because
That's a sick burn right there.
Alucard, whatever his name is, go. "Roar."
He chuckles too. Through his gag, you hear. That's pretty funny.
What's the name of the
Sounds
guy
more
that we
like-
have tied up? I have completely forgotten.
Sephic.
Zephic. Sephiroth.
Not Sapphic, Sephic. So, y'all wake up midday. What you gonna do? You gonna start hitting up those taverns to see what's going on? Find another Scrimsacks?
Yeah, we should pick
Probably.
a tavern.
Scrimsax says there's go talk to my brothers. Scramsax, Scramdiddleicious, and Scramsatious.
I would love to talk to Scramsatious.
Go talk to them. They find all the other ends of the city. We're a tight-knit clan.
Hear that? They're all a bunch of fucking bastards.
The Tavern Brothers.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything else you want to do here at the camp before you depart? Do you want to break Sephic's legs since he's undead? He won't even notice. Just to keep him from running off. You won't care.
More difficult for them to take care of.
Should we interrogate Cephix?
He's been
We've
he's
had
been
him
bound
gagged.
Do we want to ungag him so we can interrogate him?
What, so we can decide whether to kill him now or later? Before we go back in town and we have to drag him around?
We're gonna leave him out here. He's tied up.
Seems more dangerous than anything else.
Is he too dangerous to leave?
You could-
to live?
Possibly.
He's
Or
pretty
unlived, as it
he's
were.
pretty dangerous.
Iffy.
Balcom, what do you say?
Well,
He's undead and you're a
Helen has-
cleric. How do you feel about executing this man?
Hang on just a second and I will tell you how I feel about it. Yeah, I mean, if we have to lay him out, I can do it.
Do you feel good about it?
Well, he's an undead bastard. Why would I feel bad about it?
That's what I wanted to hear.
Hillen overhears this conversation and says, under normal circumstances, I would insist that we took him to the proper authorities for justice, but given the exceptional circumstances here, I think we should remove him from the equation. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So she's all for killing him.
I mean, wasn't there? She was just here to try and hunt down the serial killer, right?
She's the one that tasked you guys with even tailing him in the first place. She was hoping that you would bring him to her captive so that she could turn him over to the authorities for the suspected murders. But at this point, given that the highest tier of law in the city has been subverted to whatever is going on,
We're
she's
like
on
Judge
plan
Dredd.
B. Yeah, she's like, let's brain him.
We're Judge Dredd.
Okay, how about this? We don't brain him. We decapitate him. He's a zombie. He'll still be alive. We can keep his head. And if we need to interrogate him, we have his head.
Ask him.
Hey, Cephix. Not if we decapitate you, you'll still be alive.
He shakes his head no. Very rapidly. No, 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 no. Please no.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to try it anyway, though.
Yeah, I mean, the option is either decapitation or just, like, immolation.
Wait.
He's-
Do we? Let's at least get him to talk first before we chop his head off.
He's trying the puppy dog eyes at Balcom.
Okay. Are we going to be okay with him having access to his mouth? He's not going to say some weird voodoo magic and then blow up or something, is he?
Who's gonna get? Who's strong enough to get in there and be the one that might have to take the brunt of or might have to take some action?
I asked because it's me. Or Leaf.
Okay. Well, I can cast protection from good and evil on you, and that will give you
That is a great idea.
resistance from undead attacks.
You could also be ready with the gag so that
So if he does try to attack you, you'll be protected.
So, as far as the gag goes, what if we remove the gag and his first word is fireball?
Let's see here. Okay, so he would have a disadvantage on an attack roll against you. Well, it just disappeared on me.
Functionally, that doesn't matter on fireball.
It disappeared again.
Oh, sorry. That might have been me.
Let's see.
I was looking at your character sheet. I think if I'm looking at it, it affects what you're looking at too. Sorry.
yeah,
That's
when you
all
change pages, it changes pages.
Sorry.
You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Yeah.
We could just have someone with a knife to his throat, and the second he says anything other than words that are
So
like
they'd have disadvantage on attacks on you, and you can't be charmed or possessed or taken by them,
I think that's a great idea.
frightened by them.
Is he involved in
Whoever
any of
said-
this stuff anyway? like, is he part of the conspiracy, or is he just a serial killer that's like running parallel with it, who has
He has
nothing
a
to do with it?
partner, so I feel like, and he is going to Oral. I feel like he might be involved somewhat.
I wasn't there, but didn't you say he looked at somebody?
Yeah, there was someone else there. It was, what was it? Alucard guy? He
Voldemort?
said I
This
saw
Voldemort guy.
Voldemort.
When you stumbled upon him, he ran off, but you were able to get a pretty good glimpse of his figure, and having been sitting at the table when the cloaked figure charmed Gimgar, you were able to perceive that it was definitely the same person. So, if nothing else, he was watching from that scaffolding, like that second story, like that deck. He was watching Sefik.
Well, Sefik nodded at him, so
Yeah, he did. He did nod over at him, so it's very likely that they were at least acknowledging each other.
He's got something he could tell us.
yeah, he's involved somehow.
All right, well let's do this then. I don't think your magic is going to be super helpful, Balcom. I think we should save it for when the for the fight that's going to happen with Voldemort.
Okay.
Okay, but we should still have someone ready with a knife.
I mean, we've got 2 fighters here.
Yeah, I've got a knife, but I'm going to be standing in front of him.
Me too.
What about your thorn
Well,
whip?
I could cast Sanctuary on you too. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attacker spell.
Not a bad idea.
How about this, Nordak? Why don't you just get your bow and point an arrow at his head,
Sure. I can do that.
and then we'll interrogate him. That way,
okay.
he's either dead with an arrow in his head, or I take a fireball.
All right.
Well, if you take a fireball, you might come out a little crispy.
I can heal you if that's the case. Don't worry.
We'll see how this goes. And so we prepare ourselves, and I go to remove the gag from Cephix.
I knock an arrow at his head. The back of his head, the crown.
You're gonna archer execute him. This is like gangland shit.
We need to get a crossbow for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just nah, man. You're an archer. You're a trained archer. You are absolutely able to hold that bow as long as you need to. Sefik can hear the bowstring, like the tension on the bowstring as you have the you got it pulled back. He can feel the point in the back of his head. He knows what's gonna happen.
And I remove the gag.
Fireball. As soon as you remove the gag from his mouth, steam just starts pouring out of his mouth.
Steam?
Yeah, like a fog, maybe. The whole area is enveloped in fog.
Go ahead and let loose.
Man.
This is a point blank arrow. Put it through his brain.
Not the smartest thing for him to do, honestly.
I take a step back to let the arrow fly free and gain momentum and just let go.
Alright. Roll a dexterity check.
Can't seem to roll out of single digits tonight.
As you let the arrow fly, the steam continues to pour out of his mouth, and you took a step back, You trip a little bit and miss his head, and the arrow flies to the side, just barely grazing his ear.
I'm gonna bring my fist down on his face.
Roll a dexterity check.
We shouldn't have opened his damn mouth. Jesus Christ.
You go to slam your head down, and you hit him in the chest instead of his face, which doesn't seem to do anything about the fog pouring out of his mouth. Although he does take...
Hold on, I do damage. My one unarmed attack
do your damage.
is that much.
Oh shit. He takes 11 damage as you smash him in the chest, but the fog continues to roll out of his mouth. Is anybody
Okay,
else on
I'm
guard
gonna
watching him?
scimitar him in the head throat area.
Slicing. Roll a dexterity check. Your scimitar slice hits him again in the chest. So go ahead and roll damage. You don't quite hit him in the face, though. Is anybody else on guard watching him? I mean,
Seems
everybody
like
was
we're all
like
there.
staring at him. Yeah, everybody,
Yeah.
roll dexterity check. Do whatever you want to do to react to the fog pouring out of his mouth.
We're doing checks.
Yeah, a dexterity check.
Okay.
You're trying to hit him in the face.
Malcolm's trying to hit him in the nothing.
Go ahead and roll your attack at advantage because he is bound.
Alright. 13.
Do it.
Why is the 11 grayed out?
Because that was the wrong one.
A 13 hits.
So 6 points of damage.
Balcom. Smash him with your hammer, Balcom. For your...
Just wailing on this guy.
He's just caught us all off
Well, yeah.
guard.
Y'all are literally standing over him, like, watching him, and all of a sudden you take that gag out and just shit starts pouring out of his mouth. So yeah, everybody's like a little taken off guard. But yeah. I'm not gonna say like he just disappears. All right. Let me tally all this up. 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus... Not bad. But unfortunately, nobody passed the dexterity saving throw. So the fog pours out of his mouth and envelops the area, and Suffolk disappears.
Oh, that's super annoying.
You had to open his mouth, Gimdar. I told you.
We
I
agreed-
told
We
you.
agreed that this was a good idea.
Let's see. Feel
Well, he
free
can't
to
have
roll a
gotten far.
perception
Look
check.
around for him.
Yeah, glance around, see if you can spot him. Because he
Lance.
can only do an
We're
optical
surrounded. We're
pass
surrounded. All right. How big is this fog? Is it encompassing all of us? What's going on with it?
The fog is
I'll roll perception. I want to kill him now. Gave him
Uh,
1 ounce.
about right here.
It's not going to be
It's
me.
just on the ground though. It's
Leaf
not like
can
a
see
thick
stuff.
fog all over the place.
I rolled 21 perception. What the fuck do I see?
Wait, I
You
don't want
spot
to.
him up here.
He's over there?
What?
He's over there!
So
Are
the,
we
the,
in
the,
a-
fog, the fog envelops the area immediately, and Leaf, because of your keen eyesight, you see the fog drift off into this direction, and boom, he reappears over here.
All right. Are we going into any kind of initiative, or can I just do shit because I see him and nobody else does?
Let's go into initiative.
All right.
You can see from where you're standing that he is no longer bound.
Okay. Initiative. There it is. Come on.
We caught him once when it was just two of us. This shouldn't be too bad.
Oh, fuck catching him. I am going to kill this man now.
Oh yeah, no, we're killing him.
You also bashed the shit out of him while he was laying there too.
So hopefully he's mostly dead. Well, mostly re-dead.
That he's not mostly dead now. He's about to be.
I had it too.
I only had to move one person. Y'all basically rolled in order. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who didn't roll? Nordak.
I had it too. In case he rolls less than a 7.
Yo, Nordak.
Yo.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing.
It's okay. Am I doing that bad of a job at DMing?
No. No, I'm just.
Everyone's doing great.
It's okay. All right, Leaf, you're up.
Yeah, I'm running over. And while I'm running, I'm going to start raging. So it's just like a wind-up, two-handed battle axe slice. And
You're pissed.
I am pointing while I'm running,
He's gonna Babe Ruth
calling
him.
my shot. I'm gonna Babe Ruth him. This is gonna be a reckless attack because I'm fucking done.
You're pissed.
No! I had everything going.
You in your haste, you run up on him and miss.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
As you do.
Yeah, it happens.
He sees the axe coming and he ducks.
Yeah. Probably telegraphed it a little too quickly.
Gwynyer, it's your turn.
You were pointing at this guy running at him. He was like, oh shit!
You're bellowing loudly as you run up on him, and he's just like, duck. No thanks.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
3 feet. Okay, I don't have to move too much. I am going to move this here. Okay. And I'm gonna Thorn Whip it.
Ka-chow. That
15.
hits.
I hit the most palpable hit.
Thorns
5.
stab into him and 10 feet towards you.
I'm gonna choose not to pull him. I don't want him any closer to me.
Wait.
All around Suffolk's feet, thick thorns, thick vines burst from the ground with thorns and stab into him. Ouch, he says. All right. Suffolk. He could keep trying to run, but
He might get away.
with Leaf's dramatic miss. He's going to take that opportunity to try and stab you right in the side. Does an 11 hit?
What's that?
An 11 does not hit. He misses. As your axe swings over his head, he tries to step in and drive his dagger home, but misses.
Oh, he has advantage on his attack. I have reckless attack.
Even so, he still misses.
I want to make sure that was communicated.
I appreciate that. He misses straight up, and is going to. You see some more fog fall from his mouth, and he is going to reappear by Gwynria.
He knows he can stab me.
He does know that he can
Done
stab
it
you.
once.
He's going to put the dagger in the same place.
He says, I know where that dagger belongs. Right there in her. Where does it belong? Let's see.
That'd be my last son. My side.
7 plus 5.
12.
12 damage.
Alright, I get it.
Okay, so it hits.
I can't do anything.
That really hurt, guys.
Right
That's
in
what
the
he does
kidney.
to me all day.
I forgot we only can run 25 feet.
I know we have short dwarven legs.
We're tiny.
Very much a Mr. Krabs run.
I knew this was going to come bite us in the end.
But what?
We'll be there eventually. We'll get there. You stay right there. We're coming.
We all need to get roller skates.
Don't think they do a lot of good in the snow, buddy.
If we had a monk dwarf, it would just even out.
I picture a monk dwarf as like a cannonball flying through the air.
Alright. Anyway,
It's that
So-
Gwynria.
whose turn is it now? Gimdar.
It's mine. He made a mistake. He got close enough to where I could reach him.
Thank you for coming within leg reach.
I'm gonna run up on him and make sure that I got flanking, and I'm a rear back, and I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head.
Brain him.
24.
Good.
A 24 definitely hits.
Does he go unconscious?
No. But you hit him real hard.
Then I action surge and I do it again.
There you go.
19.
Got that long
also
rest
hits.
in.
Brain him again.
Great. Die, you stupid undead motherfucker.
He's still seeing him, but he looks a little he's got some holes.
And I spit on him because I'm out of actions.
Alright, Balcom.
Alrighty. Falco.
He's undead. Take him out. That's your forte, right?
Yeah. Do some cleric shit.
Do some 25 feet movement cleric shit.
Malcolm's gonna get all the way here.
He waddles
Now
in the
he's
snow.
breathing slightly heavily. Why did we pick this deep snowy area to fight in? Ugh. And
Throw a vial of holy water at him. Shove it down his throat.
no, I cast
Holy
Sacred
hand
Flame
grenade.
on him.
What are you casting?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sacred Flame.
Oh, sweet. Let's see. That hits. For sure.
That wins.
Yep. He catches on fire and
Good.
how does spell description? Flame-like radiance descends. So a pillar of fire descends down upon him, and he visibly recoils from the fire.
It's like he got it in the worst tanning booth ever.
He really did not like that.
He did not.
Yeah,
He
that's
did
the
not.
kiss of my flames before I hit you with my hammer.
He's definitely looking a little rough now. Nordak, your turn.
I'm gonna rear back with an arrow and shoot him with it.
Pop him right in the face. That
Hey. That was a good roll for once.
For once. 5 whole damage.
Hey.
That's good damage at level 2.
I would
Yeah.
say still second level, so
We're not blowing up mountains yet.
Alright, Leaf, your turn.
it's hard to go from
Action.
20 to 2.
Accident. De trois.
Yeah, like those 20 damage rolls and like 25 and 36 damage rolls going down to like 5 damage.
That's better. 24.
A 24 definitely hits.
5 points.
Poor Sephic. He's not looking
He's-
great.
Winria, could you just go ahead and decapitate him?
There's ooze pouring out of his chest cavity. His arms hanging limply by his side.
Finish him.
Yeah, I'll is it my turn?
Winria.
I'm
Yep.
gonna scimitar. Try and get that head off again.
Should Thorn whip his heart, pull it out of his chest.
Oh no.
A
I have
12.
advantage though. Yeah, 12 maybe.
2. Yeah.
Oh, dagger.
Yeah, he's got light armor.
So far.
He is on, visibly on death's door. Well, death's.
Despite.
Death's
Second
other
door.
door.
He is going to attempt to yield.
Oh, now you're ready to.
He falls into the snow and onto his knees and says, I yield, please, no more.
He's too dangerous to be left alive. Somebody kill him.
I rolled my
Are you
attack,
gonna
and it's a crit.
unarmed strike him?
Ain't no yielding. You had your chance. Cannot be trusted to live.
Well, it's an unarmed strike, so you bash him real hard in the back of the head, and he goes unconscious. And you hit him. You basically like Falcon punch him right in the back of the head, and his face smashes into the snow, and he doesn't move.
I'm gonna stay down this time.
Did you kill him?
Yeah, he's not dead. It was an unarmed strike. So, Balcom, would you like to finish him off?
Yes, sir.
You mean my concussive fist could not kill him?
He's unconscious. Isn't that an automatic crit?
He was kneeling and I critted.
Just
I
your
mean, for
gauntlet.
Malcolm critted.
Balcom takes his. What weapon do you have, Balcom?
I have a one-handed warhammer, and I pace around and start doing a. Oh damn! Why did I forget his name? The watermelon guy.
Gallagher!
Gallagher. I start doing a Gallagher bit, and then I.
That is gruesome.
The body, the head of the body just explodes, and as you smash it, a bluish wisp of smoke starts pouring out of the neck. And you hear in the wind
Hey, Tay.
a ghostly voice say, "Curse you fucking dwarves."
That wasn't
Don't
very
worry,
nice.
You'll get what's coming to you. So don't worry, you'll get what's coming to you.
We're coming
And
for
the
you,
mist-
wispy voice.
The mist dissipates into the wind, and the body turns ice blue, and yeah, Septic's dead.
Yeah.
You blew his head up.
No regrets.
Regrets.
Nope.
Not a single letter.
Not a 1.
10 out
Did
of
it,
10.
guys.
10 out of 10. Would smash, shoot, stab, Thornwith again.
This whole trying to take hostages and then they
Tyler,
try to
you're
escape.
muted. Taylor, you're muted. You are muted, definitely. I thought you'd been quiet. Like, I saw your mouth move a second ago, and like it didn't register that you were muted.
I should have muted.
Now
Should be
you're not.
There you go.
Now I hear
Now
you.
you're not.
That's weird.
Have you been talking this whole time?
No, I haven't.
I mean,
I,
obviously, you were talking when you chopped him, but
Right. No, the wife came in and told me I was being too loud. So
We all have those.
You're,
my
you're
office is
killing that.
right next to the. It's my office is right next to the kid's bedroom.
Oh
So-
no.
my
But no, we're
office
careful
is
with that,
literally
yeah.
in the child's playroom, so
Yeah, my next office is in the living room, so it's not going to be much better.
one day I'll move it up to the attic. And then it'll
All
be
right,
good.
so he's dead.
Yep.
Next.
Check his
And you had a
pockets.
mysterious, wispy entity float out of the neck stub and curse you all as it flew into the wind.
What did it look like?
Next up.
Remember when the Cold Light Walker died and all the blue wispy stuff came up out of it?
Okay, so just
It
like
was
that.
like a ghostly blue essence came
So
rising
we've
up
seen
out
this
of the-
before.
Yeah, something very similar.
Did the
Okay.
voice sound familiar, or or did it just sound like someone
It didn't.
whispering?
It sounded like think like like the wind was talking. So it was a
The wind's a
kind
dick.
of noise.
Got you.
The dwarves over here watching this scene unfold, they all start clapping.
Why?
They didn't fucking help
Why
at all.
didn't you help?
And then they jumped in the fire.
There. I grabbed the screen.
Well, we're
Scram
useless.
Well done.
Including the person that was trying to
Well
like capture him.
Thank you for all your help.
Yeah, Hillen says, I couldn't have done better myself.
Well,
You couldn't
we'll
have done
never know,
anything
will we?
yourself.
We'll never know.
She says, no. You guys obviously had it. I didn't want to get in your way.
Quidria, are you bleeding out
The other
again?
three dwarves all nod.
Yeah, pretty much.
We should probably do something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt in it?
Hillen
No.
walks forward and says, here,
I'm
here.
coming.
You know, I'm actually fairly good at field dressing, so she dresses up your wounds.
No, she's a druid. You just rub dirt in it for druids.
You need a boost.
Just stick some moss in it.
I need a few boosts. In a like 5-hour
She
energy.
steps back. Well, maybe I'm a little rusty, she says. And she looks over at Balcom.
You're really not good for much of anything, are you?
You talking?
Look,
Can't.
look, I'm old, all right? I'm old.
I'll take my healing spell back.
I was talking to her, not you. You already healed me once.
Well, she actually does approach the party and she says, well, this didn't play out quite the way that I had anticipated, but regardless, you did stop the threat. And she looks over at the headless body and she says, you definitely took care of the murderer, so I feel like a reward is in order. So she hands everyone in the party a small bag with 25 gold in it.
Right.
Were
So
you
I
not
know it's
being
not
paid
much,
like a...
but-
Yeah.
Yeah. She says, I know it's not much, but it's all that I can afford.
How much were you getting paid for this?
I wasn't getting paid anything.
Insight check. No,
Yeah,
I
roll
believe
it.
her.
That's fine.
I don't care.
Yeah, no, she was simply tailing this guy as a retired bounty hunter because she had a hunch.
Like good of her heart.
Yeah, she is true lawful good. She was genuinely trying to stop a serial killer from sowing discord and mayhem throughout the 10 towns. So everybody, add 25 gold. It's a fortune. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah.
Try not to.
I'll try not to.
Kidding? We found a guy who could give me grills.
That's true.
Okay,
You could
I gotta
probably
put...
get yourself a set of. You gotta go to bed. All right,
Well, I gotta put
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock anyway. Bye bye, internet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.